Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Right now at 10:52, a Chippewa County 15-year-old was found safe after an Amber Alert, but the suspect is still at large. Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Haugen. We have an update on the Amber Alert from last night. 15-year-old Chrissy King has been found safe. The suspect wanted in connection with the alert is still at large. Authorities are searching for 22-year-old Trevor Blackburn, who you will see here on your screen shortly. Blackburn is described as a white man with brown hair with a tattoo of a name on his chest and a heart tattoo on his inner forearm. If you have any information on Blackburn or his whereabouts, the Chippewa County Sheriff's Office asks you contact them at the number on your screen. That's 715-726-7700, option 1. 3 people have died after their small plane crashed into a northern Minnesota home Saturday night. Police say the small plane crashed into the Hermantown home just before midnight. 2 men from Burnsville and a woman from St. Paul were in the plane, and all of them have been confirmed deceased. The small Cessna hit the 2nd floor before coming to rest in the backyard of the home. The 2 occupants of the home were not injured.
Wow, what a day across the area. Temperatures were in the 60s and 70s. You can see a little bit of a sneak peek as to what we're going to talk about coming up in the next check weather, and that is much cooler weather ahead. Matter of fact, that will be the second half of next week. Take a look here at the numbers for today. Made it to 72 in La Crosse, 68 in Sparta, 68 Viroqua, 72 in Boscobel, 70 was the high in Decorah, 71 in Preston, 69 in Eau Claire. Right now, Eau Claire's at 53. Black River Falls, you're at 44. We're seeing 40s from Sparta over towards Volkfield down to Boscobel. Warm spot on the map, actually, it looks like it's us across the Cooley region, I should say, 58 in La Crosse. We go to Minneapolis, they're seeing a temperature of 64 degrees. The radar scan showing a few little splash and dash showers just to the west of Eau Claire. That'll push its way through probably within the next hour or so. Otherwise, a clean sweep across the majority of the area. Let's hope you plan your Monday to start the work week. We see temperatures in the 60s by 11 a.m., 72 by the 2 o'clock hour. By the 5 o'clock hour, 68 degrees. You see that nice light east-southeasterly wind throughout the day. And then by the 8 o'clock hour, we see clear skies and temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. Now, I kind of teased this earlier, Emily, but coming up in the first alert forecast, we're going to talk about cooler weather ahead. And I said this last night, some places may not see highs in the 50s. We're talking upper 40s.
Oh my gosh, might have to dig up my coat.
Yes, you will.
All right, thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Now to politics. The Republican candidate for Wisconsin Attorney General Eric Toney walked in La Crosse's Maple Leaf Parade yesterday. We asked the Fond du Lac County District Attorney how much of the budget he would dedicate to funding the Wisconsin State Crime Labs if elected in November. He did not give a number, but said he is focused on crime prevention.
Our Attorney General has failed in managing our crime labs, where he's actually taking thousands of less items, testing thousands of less, and taking longer to do it in most categories, including DNA. And we need an Attorney General that's going to make public safety the #1 priority here in Wisconsin.
Initiatives in this budget. One of them is
Toney believes his opponent, incumbent Attorney General Josh Kaul, has not focused on public safety. Kaul spoke with WISC's Naomi Coles this morning. The biennial budget recommendations were released by him this week. That increase includes a 10.5% increase from the last budget, with funding for additional staffing, including 19 more special agents and criminal analysis, plus DNA analysts, toxicologists, and 2 prosecutors.
Throughout my administration, I have advocated for additional funding for public safety and law enforcement in Wisconsin. The day that I was inaugurated, I called for investment to address the underfunding of our criminal justice system.
Toney has also said that the agency's prosecutor roles have also been left vacant. Currently, 9 prosecutor positions are vacant, but 13 are in active recruitment, according to the Department of Justice. This afternoon, the La Crosse County Democratic Party and UWL Democrats banded together in Myrick Park for a rally for reproductive freedom. Democrats are pushing to codify Roe v. Wade into federal and state law. This act would overturn the 1849 Wisconsin law that makes it a felony to perform an abortion at any state of pregnancy. La Crosse's Democratic Party Chair William Garcia says this rally is about standing with women.
So we are standing up and we're saying we stand with you, vote for us, and we will make sure we codify Roe v. Wade into law. Stand with us.
Those who attended heard from Wisconsin State Senator and congressional candidate Brad Pfaff. The event ended with a march from Myrick Park to counter-protest an anti-abortion demonstration on Losey Boulevard. And at that demonstration, members of the La Crosse community joined together to form the Life Chain this afternoon. These community members held signs up and down Losey standing against abortion. Students from Aquinas High School's Impact organization also joined in. For the students involved, this demonstration is a mission for human life.
I personally, being such a strong Catholic, really find it hard to believe that people are willing to kill other people because they think they should be able to.
As a high school student who cannot vote yet, Amy feels it is important to make her voice heard. The Life Chain happens nationwide every year. And it's the last day of Oktoberfest, and what better way to start the day than a breakfast with friends. The Parade Marshal Pancake Breakfast fed over 600 people this morning. People could enjoy all-you-can-eat pancakes, sausage, and orange juice. The event is a time-honored tradition and gives the community another chance to come together.
It's about the event and bringing the community together. Oktoberfest is a community-wide event, and this gives another opportunity for the community to participate in Oktoberfest.
That event is put on at the Terry Erickson Boys and Girls Club in Northside La Crosse. Dave Clements says every table was full in the early morning, and it was great to see the community come out. The event serves as a fundraiser for both Oktoberfest parade marshals and the North La Crosse Business Association. Coming up on News 8 Now, blessings upon blessings, how churches in the area are celebrating creation by honoring some furry friends. And coming up later, dreams come true, how a small-town community is coming together to give one high school senior the chance of a lifetime. Stay with us.
Ron Johnson and China. Here's how it works. While in the Senate, Johnson made $57 million from a family business whose growth was directly linked to China. He invested in Chinese factories, and Johnson's family business got $50 million in loans from the Bank of China. Johnson pushed for shipping American jobs overseas while he got rich. Ron Johnson's out for himself, not us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour storage-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
Classic Antique and Collector Car Auction, Winona, Minnesota, October 7th and 8th. Everyone welcome is a buyer, seller, or spectator. Midwest's largest collector car auction. Consign now and turn your classic into cash. Find out more at RemlingerAuctions.com or call 507-450-3173 today. RemlingerAuctions.com.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
If you've been spending some time outside this fall, you could be feeling a little bit of hay fever. Mayo Clinic allergists say fall is a very common season for seasonal allergies, and for many of us, ragweed pollen is typically the biggest culprit.
If an allergic person with ragweed sensitivity goes outside, they inhale ragweed pollen grains, little pollen plant proteins that land on the lining of the nose.
But doctors have solutions for the sniffles. Mayo Clinic recommends limiting your time outdoors when pollen counts are high. They also recommend trying over-the-counter medications like antihistamines, decongestants, and nasal sprays. And if those don't help, they also suggest making an appointment with an allergist for long-term relief. Early diagnosis can change lives, especially in the case of peripheral artery disease. That condition involves cholesterol buildup in arteries and blood vessels of the legs. It influences people's ability to walk and can put you at risk for amputation, heart attack, and stroke. But if you go in, physicians can identify it early.
Taking off the shoes and socks, doing a foot exam, feeling the pulses.
Mayo doctors say an anti-brachial index test can also help identify circulation issues. That is done by comparing blood pressure in someone's ankle to that in their arm. By taking time to get that diagnosis, a healthcare team can help you get it treated quicker. And it was a celebration of creation at Villa St. Joseph this afternoon. Pets of all shapes and sizes were invited to be blessed by Father Conrad Targonsky. This celebration is in honor of the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, who saw God in all creation.
I think it's significant for all of us, anybody that cares about animals. They have a right to be blessed just like all of the rest of creation. They're a blessing to us, and they are a blessing to anyone that's here.
Mostly dogs were brought this year, but Sister Lucy Slinger says they've seen a wide range of animals in the past, including turtles and ponies. The blessing of the pets is a tradition that dates back to the 13th century. Coming up on News 8 Now this weekend, search and rescue, how teams along Florida's Gulf Coast are working tirelessly to find whoever's left after Hurricane Ian.
And in the world of weather, we had temperatures in the 70s today, but see this? That's Canada, and that's where our next weather maker will be, and we'll talk about that coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
I worked in law enforcement for more than 30 years. I know what it takes to keep our community safe. Mandela Barnes stands with Defund the Police and supports no cash bail that releases dangerous criminals back into our communities. Barnes supports sanctuary cities and spending millions of taxpayer dollars on illegal immigrants. Take it from me, the bad guys belong in jail, and Mandela Barnes belongs nowhere near the Senate.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You've got a problem. Your furnace is not working. There's a simple fix for that. Well, simple for us. We are G&T Heating and Air Conditioning, and we are experts in fixing your furnace. We have been serving the Cooley region for over 25 years and have the best service techs in the area. They are friendly too. We service all makes and models. If you want fast, reliable service, just give us a call. We are happy to help.
Call G&T. The best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
The power to change your future is now. The SUVs are here. Be one of the first to drive a new Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Edge. Custom order your SUV today. Lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus 500 retail order bonus cash on a new 2023 Ford Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Edge.
Where does electricity come from? It comes from here. And here. And here. At Excel Energy, we work to keep that energy reliable and safe by constantly monitoring and protecting the grid. Because while it's important where electricity comes from, we're just as focused on getting it where it's going safely. This is how the future is made.
Nice isn't weak, or cliche, or naive. Nice makes someone smile, or makes someone's day. And that's a powerful thing. At Western National Insurance, nice is what's guided us for over 100 years. And we're just getting started. Western National Insurance, the power of nice.
Fall Home Show going on now at the Bourne Store. Visit today and see what's new and get your $250 discount coupon. Register for prizes and visit with designers. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
All along Florida's Gulf Coast, rescue crews are out looking for people who decided to ride out Hurricane Ian. The Category 4 storm obliterated entire communities, killing at least 80 people in Florida alone. Chris Hoffman has the latest from Northport.
Anyone home? Search and rescue! Calls for help are being answered on Florida's Sanibel Island. Your son sent us. We're a rescue organization. Rescue crews are going door to door, finding people like Betty Reynolds, who's lived here for 47 years and has seen her fair share of hurricanes.
I didn't stay for Charlie or Irma, and I had no damage. And I just didn't believe that there'd be storm surge.
Just north of Sanibel, the Coast Guard is leading a mass rescue on Pine Island, Florida's largest barrier island, its bridge to the mainland destroyed.
I should have left. I shouldn't have stayed. We watched boats, houses, we watched everything just go flying by. We've lost so much at this point.
Federal officials say more than 1,000 people have been rescued from flooded areas along Florida's southwestern coast. 5,400 National Guard members are supporting relief effort, including clearing the roads in Fort Myers Beach. The mayor of Fort Myers defended the timing of the mandatory evacuation orders given by Lee County officials a day later than other counties in the area.
Warnings for hurricane season start in June. And so there's a degree of personal responsibility here. The thing is that a certain percentage of people will not heed the warnings regardless.
I'm here on the mainland in Northport, Florida, more than 25 miles from where Hurricane Ian came ashore on Wednesday, and people are still being evacuated from flooded communities. Kevin and Laura Leaf got a boat ride to dry land from a stranger.
Our house is surrounded by water.
They would have stayed, they said, but they don't have power. Power is still out for thousands, but Florida Power and Light announced 44,000 utility workers from 33 states have restored electricity to 75% of customers. Chris Hoffman, CBS News, Northport, Florida.
President Biden plans to visit Florida on Wednesday following a trip on Monday to Puerto Rico, recently ravaged by Hurricane Fiona. Well, we've been so lucky here in La Crosse with this beautiful fall weather. Meteorologist Eric Dean joins us with your forecast. Eric?
Hey, that's right, Emily. Good evening, everybody. Hey, it was a gorgeous Oktoberfest weekend. We had temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Right now, we're at 57 degrees at the airport, 58 here at the TV station. Humidity is sitting at 83%. Our dew point's at 52, so with the temperature and the dew point being close to each other, some places will see some patchy fog in the overnight hours going into the morning hours. Made it to 72 after a morning start of 53. 69 and 47 is where we should be for this time of year. 86 was the record high set back in 1953. Other temperatures across the area in the 40s and 50s. 44 is the current temperature in Black River Falls, 45 in Sparta, 57 La Crosse, Double Nichols, 55 in Winona, as well as Preston, Red Wing. Good evening to you guys. You're at 61 degrees, 53 is the current temperature in Eau Claire. Seeing a little bit of precip on the radar scan just to the west of Eau Claire County. That's going to push its way through Eau Claire as we go into the next hour or so, but that's really about it in terms of anything. High pressure right now is large and in charge. You can see the wind, how we're seeing that wind coming out of the north and the northeast. So right there is where your high pressure is situated, and it's pretty much going to stay in control as we go into the next couple of days with abundant sunshine and temperatures staying in the 60s and 70s. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. 51 in Eau Claire, 44 Black River Falls, 44 Sparta, 50 in La Crosse, 48 in Viroqua. We take a look at Skytracker. The clouds will start to pick up as we go into your afternoon and evening hours. By Tuesday morning, we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, and that trend will continue for Tuesday afternoon, going into the evening hours, going into parts of your Wednesday. Highs on Monday, back into the 60s and 70s. Not bad at all. We got to talk about the second half of the work week, because right there's the land of Saskatoon, and watch what happens. See this cool air? It's going to usher in. It's going to start across portions of the Dakotas, going through the Black Hills region, and then it's going to clip Minnesota, the Coulee region, portions of Indiana, going into Ohio. Now, what does that mean for you and me? Well, take a look at this. Here's the look at your forecast for your Wednesday. Have highs in the 60s and 70s. By Thursday, we go into the 50s. By Friday, how about highs in the mid to upper 40s? As Emily said earlier, time to find that coat. First look forecast for tonight. Overnight lows in the upper 40s to low 50s with partly cloudy skies, patchy fog overnight with winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Monday, 72 degrees, patchy fog in the morning hours. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour the next 8 days. Has temperatures staying in the 70s for Tuesday. Precip chances pick up Wednesday and Thursday. And then we drop those temperatures. We go to the Double Nickel, 55 on Thursday, upper 40s on Friday, 50s and 60s for the weekend, and then 65 for Monday. So I will say this, Emily, it's a good thing Oktoberfest isn't this coming weekend. It was this past weekend where we had temperatures in the 60s and 70s, because right now, if it was this coming Friday, we'd only make it to 49 degrees.
That's true. And you know what? I don't know about you, but as a runner, I see these lower temperatures and I think cross-country weather, which makes me very happy.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think it's great. I don't know about everybody else, though. Okay, thanks, Eric.
You bet.
And now it's time to announce the chosen Picturing Our Community photo for the week. This week's winner is Jennifer Stello of Melrose with this shot of a fall harvest. Every week we pick a photo to be shared in a gallery on our website at news8000.com and socially on our News 8 Now Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. If you would like to participate, just head to news8000.com, click on Submit Photos and Videos under the Home tab, and then click on Picturing Our Community and enter your photo. A new winner will be chosen every Friday, announced Sunday night, and then showcased online Monday morning. Coming up after the break, the Badgers are making a big change following yesterday's loss. And it's NFL Sunday. The Packers were at Lambeau going up against the New England Patriots. Kate is in next with the highlights.
News 8 Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Whether you need routine care or treatment for a complex condition, Mayo Clinic Health System has convenient and safe options for the care you and your family need.
Professor Penny.
I need to take a 4-cheese quesadilla back to my lab.
I got you, girl.
It is mathematically impossible to fit 4 cheeses inside. Better get 2 for research purposes.
The new 4-cheese quesadilla at Taco John's.
Derek Van Orden, former U.S. Navy SEAL. Over 20 years of active duty, defending America in hostile territory. 5 combat tours, hundreds of missions, sea, air, and land. Now, he's on the most important no-fail mission of his life.
Saving America for my grandchildren and yours.
Grandpa, we're just going to the park.
Yes, we are. You guys ready? Yeah. Derek Van Orden and I approve this mission and this message.
The power to change your future is now. The new F-150 is here. Be one of the first to drive the latest, most advanced, best-selling truck for the last 45 years. Custom order your F-150 today. Lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus $500 retail order bonus cash on a new 2023 Ford F-150. Don't wait. Get to your Northland Ford dealers today.
You're not always going to be here, but you always have this. Whether you're here, or anywhere really, the News 8000 app lets you stay updated on your time. Get it today so you can have here.
I'm gonna get you!
Stop chasing your sister!
Making things better is kind of your thing. There you go, good. But when Medicare has you stumped, it's hard to know how to make it better.
Maybe I can help.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need from a Medicare plan. Everything you expect from a good neighbor.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Kate Overton.
Well, here we are, week 4 of the NFL season. The Packers, they have the chance to start 3-1 if they can just get a win over a Patriots team who doesn't even have their starting QB. Should be easy enough, right? All right, we jump into the second quarter. Pack down 3. Christian Watson takes the handoff, and Watson has some speed. He's going to make it all the way into the end zone for the score. The Packers take a 7-3 lead, and Watson giving the crowd some love with the Lambeau leap. All right, first half coming to a close. Packers trying to squeeze in one more score, but Rodgers is picked off. Jack Jones jumps the route perfectly and takes this one back 40 yards for the pick 6. Packers going to halftime down 3. All right, second half, Packers driving, and on 2nd and 19, Rodgers hits Robert Tonyan on the post route. He holds on for the grab and the touchdown. Packers go up 14-10. Brian Hoyer went down, so Patriots on their 3rd-string quarterback, Bailey Zappi, and he makes a good throw here to Devontae Parker, who walks into the end zone for the score. Now 17-14 Patriots. Packers down 7 here, but Rodgers hits the rookie Romeo Doubs in the end zone, and we're all tied at 24. And this game makes it into overtime. 4 seconds left in overtime, and it's Father Time himself, Mason Crosby, right through the uprights. That gives the Packers the walk-off win in Lambeau. It may have been a little ugly, but when you're playing one of the greatest coaches to ever touch the game, things are going to be a little difficult.
You know, every opponent's different, and then we all match up differently, you know. Bill's, a great coach. He had a great scheme. The guys made some plays, but I felt like we got into a rhythm in the second half with some of the play calls. I settled in and
across the pond to London. The Vikings taking on the Saints at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. First quarter, this one's tied at 0, but Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Cousins going to drop back and find Madison on the screenplay. Madison breaks a few tackles and scores. Minnesota strikes first and jump out to a 7-0 lead. All right, first quarter winding down. Cousins looking towards the sideline, but he's picked off by Tyrann Mathieu, and it's going the other way. Vikings offense struggling a little bit. 12 plays later, Andy Dalton finds Chris Olave for the score, and this one's all tied at 7. All right, skipping ahead to the second half. After a pair of Vikings field goals, they're punting here on 4th down. Deontay Hardy with the return makes one guy miss, but the ball's going to pop out here, and the Vikings get on top of it. What a play by the special teams, but leading to, once again, only a field goal. Vikings now trailing in the 4th, but Cousins hands it off to Jefferson. He's going to walk into the end zone, hits his dance, doing the gritty, and gives the Vikings the lead. Vikings up 3, but the Saints with a 61-yard field goal to send into overtime, but hits off the uprights not once, but 2 doinks, and the Vikings survive in London. A great experience, but the guys, they're ready to get back to Minnesota and return to normal.
I'm tired of drinking coffee. I'm tired of drinking espressos. So I can finally go back to my normal routine and just drinking what I normally drink.
It was just a tremendous environment in this stadium. You know, first time playing here in this stadium was just tremendous. Great facility. It's just a great experience all the way around. The hotel we stayed at, the practice we had on Friday, it's just a really, really positive experience.
And following yesterday's loss, Paul Chryst is out as the Badgers head coach. The athletic department announced earlier this evening. Chryst had a 67-26 record since he took over in 2015, but as college football is changing, it appears the athletic department doesn't want to fall behind. This comes after a 2-3 start with losses to Washington State, Ohio State, and yesterday to Illinois. Badgers were preseason favorites to win the Big Ten West, but after a slow start to the season, they'll look to rebuild. For now, defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard will take over as the interim head coach. We'll have more on this story tomorrow. All right, and checking in on the Brewers, the Phillies got a win today, so Brewers need one as well. But here in the 7th inning, Peyton Burdick gets a base hit with runners on the corners. That scores a run, and Brewers are now trailing. 9th inning now, Brew down 1, but Colton Wong comes up clutch. That's a base hit into left field. It scores the tying run, so that means we're going to extra innings. 12th inning, tied at 3, but Miguel Rojas is going to put the Brewers season on life support. He scores the go-ahead RBI, and the Brewers couldn't answer. So now the Brewers trail the Phillies by 2 games with 3 games left to go. Milwaukee needs to sweep the Diamondbacks, and the Phillies need to get swept by the Astros. Not impossible, just unlikely. That's all I have for sports, and we'll be right back.
Dear gas prices, my lineup brings serious savings. We got this. Toyota Hybrids. Get 2.49% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota. Let's go places.
They're destroying America and our livelihoods. Now, DC elites are spending big on Brad Paff. The same Beltway bigwigs who wasted taxpayer money that bailed out elite golf courses and luxury hotels are now bankrolling Brad Paff's campaign. Because Brad Paff supported their big spending, price-hiking, reckless schemes. And that's why we can't send him to Washington. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At a company, the culture comes from the top. Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times over sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. Women who worked for Michaels' company said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Higher-ups at Michaels dismissed the women as liars and even fired those who spoke out. Is that what we need for Wisconsin? Tim Michaels, too radical, too divisive.
Maybelline New York's Instant Eraser. Our do-it-all concealer. Conceal, contour, correct. Now with up to 12-hour moisturizing wear. Incinerator Concealer, Maybelline, New York.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Dear gas prices, my lineup brings serious savings. We got this. Toyota Hybrids. Get 2.49% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Community support can mean everything, especially in sports. For one differently abled student in northern Minnesota, teamwork made all the difference. Take a look at this story out of Frazee.
The cheering started early in Frazee, as students and townspeople packed the streets for the annual homecoming parade. But this celebration means more for one of their own.
It means a lot to me to... I'm sorry. It means a lot to me to have this experience, to be able to do this with guys I've grown up with.
Senior Carson Manivel always dreamed of gearing up for the gridiron.
About 2 weeks ago, Carson Manivel had reached out to me, and Coach Hackle was asking if there was a way he could be involved in our homecoming game this year.
Carson was born with cerebral palsy, but he doesn't let it hold him back. He wasn't sure his dream of suiting up would ever happen.
In his senior year, homecoming day, we were willing to make anything work to get him on the field.
Carson was given the chance to wear the hometown colors and be part of the homecoming game.
God, getting those pads on and standing out on that field is going to be a whole other world for me, I'll tell you that much. Hey, if I touch the football good, if there's any way I could get in the end zone, that'd be just a dream come true for me.
Carson and the team stepped off the bus and into the Friday night lights.
I get the chance to be one of the guys with the boys.
Receive. Good call. One of the guys that got to do something that not everyone does. With the support from the community and his friends, taking him all the way. Carson not only crossed the goal line, but crossed into Hornet history.
That sacrifice, they're willing to give up something for the benefit of another. So that's what's been great to see about this group of young men.
For Carson and the Frazee community, the touchdown meant more than a number on a scoreboard.
I'd just like to say thank you to all of them. I mean, it's just, those 2 words don't say enough about the things these people do for me every day.
In Frazee. Kellen Harmon, Valley News Live.
It's really sweet. We'll be right back.
Violent crime up across Wisconsin. Families nervous about their safety. Yet Mandela Barnes called for releasing half of Wisconsin's jailed inmates. That would mean releasing over 10,000 criminals right into our neighborhoods. 10,000 reasons your family would be in more danger. Barnes also supported defunding the police. 10,000 more criminals with fewer police to protect us. What could go wrong? Wisconsin Truth Bank is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Classic Antique and Collector Car Auction, Winona, Minnesota, October 7th and 8th. Everyone welcome is a buyer, seller, or spectator. Midwest's largest collector car auction. Consign now and turn your classic into cash. Find out more at remlingerauctions.com or call 507-450-3173 today. remlingerauctions.com.
We should prank Allison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah, why? Well, you better go catch it.
Ooh, we should prank Shelby.
Ooh, yeah.
Is your furnace running?
No, I haven't turned it on yet. I know who you should call.
Call GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
The radical left hate America and riot in our streets. They indoctrinate our children to hate America, stoking fear and envy with their lies and deceptions. Their radical woke agenda and divisive politics are tearing our country apart. Here's Mandela Barnes.
Because the founder of this nation, awful.
Mandela Barnes is a radical leftist. He supports their woke agenda that's causing you and your family so much pain.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. so you can Astapro and go.
Birthdays are something to celebrate, and our News 8 This Morning team highlight them every day. If someone you know is turning 8 or 88, submit a picture of them at news8000.com today. Look Who's 8, brought to you locally by Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska. Little teeth, big smiles.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now.